Great. Okay, so welcome. Once again, this is Uncovering Spiritual Gifts. Today, we're going to be focusing on a niche topic, which is human design. I have my amazing co-host, Gaby, here, who is a human design reader, to share her spiritual gifts with us today. I always like to start my meetings with just a quick introduction of yourself, just to see where you are on your spiritual journey. So you can share with us your name, where you're from, and any spiritual gifts that you are aware of, or maybe where you are on your spiritual journey if you're unfamiliar with your gifts just yet. Then after introductions, Gaby's going to take it away, share her expertise in human design, talk about her journey with human design, how you can actually find some spiritual gifts or a lot more about yourself through this discipline. And then we'll save questions for the end. At any time, if you have questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. Maybe we can integrate them into the experience as well. And once again, this is meant to be interactive because Meetup is about connecting with other individuals in this way. So yeah, that's how the 60 to 90 minutes, we'll see how long it lasts. Sometimes we go 60, sometimes we go 90. I have blocked the whole 90 minutes. Yeah, so that's how it will go. So I will start. So once again, my name is Mish. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts, currently living in Cape Town, South Africa. And I am a psychic medium. So I have uncovered the gift of clairvoyance and clairaudience. And next I'll go over to my co-host, Gaby.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. And thank you very much for the invite, Mish. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah. Great. Why don't you share your intro? So your name, where you're from, and any gifts that you have.
Yes, so I'm Gaby. I'm half French from my dad's side and half Bolivian from my mom's side. So English is my third language, but I speak Spanish and also French. Of course, it's my native language. So I met Mish because we have the same lifestyle. We are digital nomads. So it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. And I started this journey as a digital nomad 2 years ago, almost 3 years now. And currently I'm in Cape Town as well.
Great. Thanks, Gaby. All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gaby.
Yes, no worries. And especially today, I'm going to explain a little bit more about human design because I read human design. I like to qualify myself as a human design translator because sometimes the vocabulary is a little bit complicated. And it's a way to point out your true potential. So we will explain a little bit more today.
Nice. Thanks, Gaby.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Bella, go ahead. Share your introduction.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Bella. I'm from Milford, Mass. And my gifts, I'm a very empathetic person. I love music, and through this group, I learned that it's a gift. Music is I'm very passionate about it. My coping skill, and it helps me to unleash everything. And I remember songs like it's like a photographic memory. Music is just, as I think back my whole life, it's just really helped grounded me, and there was just something magical about it. I have something called frisson, which means my whole body, it feels really deeply. It's part of being an empathetic person. I used to not like it and try to hide it. And Misha has helped me understand that it's not a bad thing. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Also I have a lot of dreams and I remember them. And from what I'm learning, that's a good thing. And I learned last time from this group, and so thank you again, that I get messages in my dreams. Like, I'm putting so many things together. So I'm just so incredibly honored to be here. And I'm not going to cry, but I get emotional. And I take notes. And thank you, Gaby, for explaining what human design meant. And you have no idea what's popping into my head. Like, I am just a sponge and I'm just learning so much. And I am just so appreciative and grateful. So thank you, everybody. And I'll be quiet now, but I'm just like learning so much because I was a single mother all these times. And now, like, I'm finally having me time. I'm old, I'm 52, but I've never really had any time to focus in on myself. And now I am, and I'm actually loving myself and knowing that I do exist and that I am here for a reason. So So thank
Yeah.
you. So I'll be quiet, but
Oh, Bella, you're the best. Thank you so much for sharing. You're in a good place. Awesome. John, why don't you go ahead and share your introduction?
Hi, I'm John. I live in Brockton, Massachusetts. I started my spiritual journey basically 2021,
Mhm.
and there's some stuff I understand. There's still stuff I don't understand, but I'm kind of going with the progress. And I just started getting into human design actually probably about a month or so ago.
Ah,
Nice. Oh,
ah,
that's
I like to know
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're in the right
it's very
place.
helpful. Very
I'm
It is
sorry,
helpful.
what did he say? It's very helpful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it kind of
Okay.
like I started with astrology, numerology, and then it kind of with my birth chart, and then like it was like the next puzzle piece I needed.
Oh,
Mm.
fantastic. I think there's some groups coming up about astrology that I can't wait for.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. We have a lot of good stuff coming. Thanks, John. You're in the right place.
Thank you.
Let's pass it over to Anna. If you have the capability to share, sometimes you might not.
Hi there. I do. Thank you, Nish. Yeah, I'm actually eating dinner, so sorry about that. Also, I'm looking forward to the subject tonight. I know nothing about it, but it sounds very interesting for me. I live outside of Massachusetts. I have always been, I have always been very strong with my intuition. It's really led me to a lot of things in my life, and I would benefit it. And also, I'm very strong with that, which can be a blessing in disguise. Sometimes it can be a curse. But anyway, I'm having fun with it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate it. Glad you're here. Glad to see you back. Let's go. Mara, do you want to share a quick introduction?
Yeah, hi. So Bella, I'm your neighbor. I'm in Franklin.
Ah,
Fantastic.
good.
Hi.
Yeah, so close. Yeah, so I feel like I've been on a spiritual journey forever. The last couple of years, I've been with Course in Miracle groups, and I don't know what my gifts are yet.
Cool. Well, you're in the right place. Maybe it's in human design. You never know. I'm glad you came, Mara.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Let's pass it over to Fern. Why don't you share your introduction?
Hi, all. I'm Fern. I am in Boston, Massachusetts. I feel like my gifts are always constantly evolving, but they're all rooted mostly in nature, and just like really being kind of in tune with plant life, with animal life, and I do a lot of herbalism. And I feel like I'm getting into homesteading as well. So I feel like that's kind of my next path right now.
Yay. Thanks, Fern. Always love having you here. Let's pass it over to Eva. Go ahead and share your intro.
Mhm.
Hi, everyone. Fern, we're neighbors. I live in Boston. So I am just starting my spiritual journey. I happened upon it, upon some stuff I was going through. And I first came across this book. I used to think that I had like this learning disability or something was wrong with my brain. And I came across this book about highly sensitive people, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's me. So I kind of went from there to subtle energy till, I don't know, I've just been on this kind of reading craziness. So I'm still trying to figure out my spiritual gifts.
Yeah. Well, you're in the right place. Thanks, you. I'm really happy that you're here. And last but not least, I think I'm saying Azam. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, it's Azam.
Azam. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and share your intro.
Hey, my name is Azam. I'm also a digital nomad. I have been traveling on and off for, I want to say 4 years now. 4 years. I started my spiritual practice journey like 2020, like just before COVID. I was backpacking through Thailand and sort of discovered meditation and did a retreat and kind of went from there. I don't really have a very strict discipline with it. It kind of comes and goes. But I do have a vested interest in meditation and surfing and yoga. Those are all kind of synergistic. So those are kind of like my modalities for my spirituality. But I don't really necessarily know what my gifts are. I mean, I want to say it might have something to do with communication, or getting people to share their stories, or just being able to hear people out and see what I can kind of help another person understand about themselves. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was it. I don't know if I'm missing anything.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. You're in the right place. Yeah. I'm very curious where you did your retreat. I also did a year backpacking in 2017 and did a meditation retreat in Thailand as well, which was like, whoa, to sit next to a monk who has been practicing meditation his entire life and just thinking, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to where you are.
Yeah.
I
I was in Copenhagen. My meditation retreat wasn't that long. It was like a 6-day retreat, but it was all silent, and we were just like literally from like sunrise to like nighttime, just like meditating. I want to do it again. I want to do like a Vipassana meditation retreat if I can. I'll get to like a 10-day or a 2-week one. Because like I'm in an interesting crossroads in my life and feeling a little bit spiritually lost. So I want to kind of realign myself. And so that's why I'm curious about like human design. I'm not really versed in it, or I'm not really sure, what to say about it. So I'm very curious, and I'm open to hearing more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you're in the right place. These are all individuals who are uncovering their gifts too. So thank you once again for everyone that's sharing. Also, thank you so much for following the spiritual path and the purpose that you were set here to do. You are heard and you are in the right place. So thank you everyone for joining today. So I want to give one person the ability to share her spiritual gifts, how she's been able to uncover this ability, which is Gaby. So Gaby, why don't you go ahead, take it away and tell us the beauty of human design and your journey in uncovering this gift of yours.
Yes, thank you very much. So I would like to explain a little bit what is human design in short terms, and also explain in a simple way, because sometimes it could be something that we think it is and it's not. So let me explain. Human design is a tool to give us our energetic DNA. And it's based on our exact date of birth and place of birth. So when you have these 3 elements, so date, hour, and place of birth, with this, you're going to have a chart. And the chart is very well explained and very detailed. Human design will help us also to understand how unique we are in this world, and also in our way to make decisions, to communicate, to work with others, in our relationships, for example, how we express also our creativity, and even more. It's a lot of information, and actually I will explain later how I went into this journey in human design, and I hope you will be also interested as well. And human design, I would say, is a way to get more self-awareness, because with this tool, you're going to learn so much about yourself. Of course, you know yourself, but it will point out things that sometimes you will never explain this way. And it's very interesting for this, because it's part your highest potential. And this in every area of your life. So just to explain also a little bit about the story about human design. So human design was created by Alan, I don't know how to say his last name. I think it's Krakovan, but I hope it's Krakovan. And this was in 1987, when he was traveling through Ibiza. Maybe at some point he was a digital nomad, who knows, or a backpacker. And when he was there, he got like a message. He heard a voice saying, "It's time to work." So maybe he had also spiritual gifts. Who knows? I just know, if you believe in energies, close to Ibiza, there's an energetic vortex there called Esvedra. So I don't know if it's related or not, but could be an option and a solution. And once he got this message, he spent 8 days writing, he got like kind of a message, you know, and he channeled, and with this, he decided to create the human design system. And thanks to this, now we have this tool. There is a combination of different ancient wisdom, like I Ching, astrology. It could be also mixed with chakra system, quantum physics, genetics. So it's a lot of different information in one. That's why we get a lot of detailed and precise information about us. I would say also that thanks to human design, you will understand better who you are meant to be in this world. And it's not about changing who you are, you know, it's really, I would say, allow yourself or giving you permission to be fully who you are meant to be, if that makes sense.
I like that.
So if you want, do you want me to explain also my journey, how I went into this human design?
Yes, please. I'm curious. I'm curious.
Yeah. This happened 3 years ago during the pandemic, because I'm someone who is, I would say, a go-getter person. I'm always in the rush of living this life to the fullest. And for the first time in my life with the pandemic, I didn't have the choice. Like everyone, we had to stop. And I said, okay, that would be interesting to get to know better myself, to do kind of a little introspection. And when I've done this, I went through different tools such as audiobooks, also meditation, also what else I've done, some exercises to understand better who I was. And because for me, it was very important, and I knew something from within that if I'm working on this introspection and getting to know better myself, I will be a better woman, a better friend, a better daughter, a better, entrepreneur, all of this. So working on ourselves will have an impact on each area of our life. So that's why I said, actually, I have the time now, so let's work on it. And in this discovery of different tools of self-development, I said, oh, what is human design? Because it was one of the tools. And I said, that would be interesting, because I'm in kind of the search of getting more meaning to my life. And I was thinking, like, does my life make me happy? Is the way of life that I have meaningful to me at the moment? How I can change things, where I want to go, all of this. So with human design, it gave me clarity on who I truly was, put some words on this, and also have something clear about my purpose in this life and how I can help others as well. So I initiated this discovery, I would say, with the human design. And when I tried for myself, I said, this is impossible. Someone knows me. How is this possible to get so clear about who I am? And because I was not sure, I said, maybe I should ask also to my close one to do it and try to read it for them. And they were also saying the same. Oh, wow, this is so clear. This is so well detailed, so well explained. And I say, okay, I need to understand a little bit better this tool. And because I speak 3 languages, as I mentioned before, I was trying to search for information in English, Spanish, and French to get accurate information and to make sure I understand everything about human design. So this was at the beginning, and I have to say that now, first of all, human design helped me to give you guidance now, because thanks to the human design, I realized that I'm here to inspire others to, how can I say it? In simple words, my destiny, and not my destiny, but my life purpose that is mentioned in human design is to help people to get inspired by the freedom I'm living. because I'm a little bit a digital nomad. So with a digital nomad, you are free. You choose where you want to go. I'm an entrepreneur as well. I work for myself. And this experience of freedom is a way to share also with others my own experience. Maybe not in the freedom I'm doing for myself, but in the freedom for you to feel free to be who you are. And yes, right?
That's beautiful.
So now with human design, what I do is I use the tool to guide people in this journey in having their good life, but I add my own things on this because I love, for example, crystals that you can see here. I love also everything about yoga. I love things that they are related to psychology, to human connections. So when I provide recommendations about how to use human design in the reading, I add those things because I believe that reading just human design for reading human design, it's not, it's something that everyone can try to find if you're a little bit curious, but having those recommendations, it's another step. It's something you won't find on internet.
Awesome. This is a really great start. So now to read a chart, we have a couple, or which website would you personally recommend first to get your chart, or where do you find your charts? And then maybe if we get or if we want to either do volunteer or if we want to do a chart that we already have, I'm happy to do some screen sharing for you. So then that way you can explain while I scroll around for you.
Yes, of course. So where we can find the chart, I can do it for you if you want, or you can also check 3 websites that I recommend. The first one would be myhumandesign.com, pretty easy to remember. The second is IDH School. So HD, I'm sorry for human design. And it's .com as well. And you have the last one that is jovianarchive.com. So on this, they will ask you probably your name, your date, your hour, and your place of birth. So you can do it now if you are interested to get this information.
Can you put those in the chat? Those websites, we could put them in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah. It was IHD Archive, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Jovian Archive. I'm sorry. But the first one is the easiest one, myhumandesign.com.
Okay, perfect. Yes, I have that one up. And then I'll add this one. Great. Yeah.
So yeah, my role now is to actually point out someone's true potential through human design. This is what I do. And that's why I call myself also human design translator and more than reader, because when you have it, you can read. Everybody can read. But how you can translate this vocabulary into something that is understandable to everyone, this is my job, I would say. And now that I'm going into human design, also the next step soon will be to provide another way to use human design for people. And because everyone can have a chart, I was thinking we all are connected. So what I think is interesting now, it's also to see how we can match with certain people. And when I study this, I say, oh, maybe we can do something that would be like, how can I say it? An energetic cohesion test. Let's say, for example, I'm knowing someone, I appreciate this person. It's been already 2 months that we are together, and I'm curious to know what will be the obstacles that we're going to face soon or in the future. So it will be with this cohesion test, I will get to know how this person resonate. I mean, not resonate, mind work, or also what is important for this person, how this energy of this person matter, and how this person express his energy, and how I can understand better this person, and reciprocally, you know, like how this person can understand me in my manner of how to communicate my needs.
That's amazing. So should we have a look at one of our charts then? I can
Yes.
share the screen with the chart that you sent. Because when I
Yeah,
first saw this chart,
exactly. Mhm.
I
So
thought,
when you see this,
what is
it
this?
could be confusing.
Awesome. So you can see it, right? Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes, so when you see something like this, that's why I'm saying you're going to have this, and you're going to have on the side some information with categories. But when you see this, if you know a little bit of astrology and read the chart, astrology chart, you can understand. But still, in the middle, this human silhouette plus the shapes plus the colors, and you don't really understand it. So that's why usually when you get your chart on the side, you're going to have categories. And today I would like to explain which category relates to with simple words, because the vocabulary of human design is very specific, and sometimes I feel that it's not understandable from everyone.
Actually, Gabby, I think I have mine design,
yeah.
which has the details on the right side. Do you want me to share that one?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I mean,
Let
if
me
you want
see.
to share yours.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Let's see, share screen, and it was, let's see. Yeah, so then that way you can see those details on the screen as well.
Is it the one I've done for you?
I think I downloaded. I think it is. Hold on, let me. It was this.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So like that, we're gonna have kind of an example for everyone that will be easier. So if I try to translate for you everything to make it easier, you're going to have this chart, and on the side, you're going to have all these categories, right? But you don't know what type means, strategy, authority, definition, profile, all of this. You can guess because you're smart people, but or you can find the information if you're curious on internet. But my role is to translate all of this. So if we go step by step, I would say that type will be how you express your energy. And there are 5 types. They are manifester, generator, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. Most of the population is generator, but then you see also a lot of manifester and manifester generator. Projector, a little bit less, and reflector, very 1% of the population is reflector. So I won't go deep into those type, but if I have to say one sentence per type to explain a little bit, I would say that manifester are thinker most of the time. Generator are people that are very action-oriented. Manifesting generator are a little bit of both. So they think and then they generate an action. Projector, they will be more into doing like a mirror, like an energetic mirror with someone else who is a manifestor generator or manifesting generator. And the reflector is a little bit, how can I say it? Out of this type of energy, it will be more on his or her way. Is that clear? If you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer. Then we have your definition. So your definition, I would say in simple words that it's how your energy flows within and with others. And there are 4 types of definitions. So you have the single definition, the people that they have single definition will tend to process information quickly, and sometimes they need to be alone. The second type will be split. For example, I think it's in your chart. Let me see yours. Yeah, you are split. And when you are split, you tend to be a little bit moody. It means that sometimes you're going to be with very high energy level, but also very down energy level. So the challenge for you will be to balance all of this in this world and in this life. And sometimes also you feel like something is missing. Kind of, you need to find your other half. I mean, in relationship. This is something that is very characteristic from the people that they have a split definition. Then we have the third definition, that is triple split. They tend to be around many people to feel fulfilled. They need to have many different interactions. And the last one is quad split, and they need time alone, but at the same time, they are very attracted to different energy type of people. So they are kind of a mix of all the definitions I said previously. Did you get some charts as well in the group? Some people get some charts.
Oh, if anyone would like to, feel free to drop. I could probably do maybe 2 or 3 and send it to you. If you feel comfortable, send me a direct message, which is your name, your date of birth, your time of birth, and location of birth. And I can jazz that all together in the background over here. Yeah, can you so I know for a lot of us, we're probably looking at this like, what is this creepy human looking thing that you would perform CPR on? That's like, I don't know, I like think like it looks like one of those dummies that you like practice CPR. So what is, maybe just, I know this is a lot, but like generally, like what is all of these, and what are all these arrows, and what are all these organ intestine looking things?
Yes, I mean, you can try to understand, and I have no problem with that. It's just you have a big book like this explaining everything. So if you are interested in this, I encourage you to read it. But if I have to mention all the vocabulary of human design, I would say that all the numbers that you see on the side are the degrees of the planets when you are born. You're gonna have, the constellation. So it's really based on astrology, what you have on the side. Then in the middle, you have this human silhouette, and you have in the center of this, you're gonna have the symbolic of different chakras. So every shape means something about a part of you as a chakra system. Then you're gonna have all this canal. That would be how your energy flows in between all of this. And then you have numbers. Those numbers are called gates. Oh, by the way, all the shapes are called centers. And all the gates mean also something, because if they are with a color, it means that they are open. If they are not in color, it means that they are not open. And every gate has a different meaning. That's why I'm saying it's very, very detailed and precise. And for example, when I read yours, I remember, Michelle, last time, I think I didn't get into all the details because it was 30 minutes, 45 minutes. But if you truly want to get into details, usually you need at least 1 hour and a half to do the reading. And so yeah, mostly I would say that it's that you have the astrologic part, the chakra system, and then you have things that are very specific about the gates, the canal, and the energy, how it flows. And everything will be with a meaning if it's in color or if it's not in color. So basically, I would say if you want to have more information, the easiest way to understand this artwork is to read what it's on the side. Yeah, that's why I would like to explain all the categories in order to at least have some understanding of what it means, because really when you see this artwork, you can be very confused, right?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I actually, from my personal experience, Gaby did my chart a couple months ago now. And, you know, it's just so nice sometimes. I mean, even like birth charts, right? Just to hear someone from the outside. And at that point, I mean, we know each other, you know, on a friendly basis, but it's just so nice to have your chart read to you and the sense of like, oh, this is why I'm this way. It's not necessarily something that I need to change or that I need to adjust or that I need to be different, right? And it's just really nice to get these charts and to have so many different disciplines. Like you can see from here, like the way I respond to people, also the type of digestion, like hot foods. Ever since this, I just have always felt like, why is it 90 degrees outside and I just want soup, right? Like for me, that was just something so strange. But the fact that it was even in my human design chart was just like, oh, wow, that's like oddly accurate. So it's just super cool. I have completed 3 charts on the background over here. So thank you for everyone who is able to send me their details. I'll send you.
Awesome. Yes, we're going to be able to read maybe some of them at the same time.
Yes, yes.
So if I keep explaining the categories, for example, incarnation cross, it's, I would say in simple words, it represents your life purpose, but not in the sense of destiny, you know, this is my life purpose. This is not this way. It's more the role or the function that we have in this life. And also when we are living to the fullest expression of ourselves. Usually it tends to fully emerge around 35, 45 years old. And to tell you that human design is so precise, for example, for incarnation crosses, there are 192 incarnation crosses possible.
Well,
so it's huge. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so. So let's have a look. So if you want to share maybe just a few words of wisdom for these three amazing individuals who've decided to share their details. So first up, we have Fern. Anything you want to share, like a little quick tidbit for Fern?
So let me check a little bit. Okay, reflector. Oh, you're part of the 1%. Amazing, because this is my first time actually meeting a reflector. I love it.
Yay,
because yes, it's so difficult to find this 1% of the population, you know. So as is mentioned, your energy is to help others, and it's to show others how they truly are, and it's explained and it's very easy to understand. I would say about the authority, what is very important, it's what they say here, outer by letting the answers reveal themselves to you. When they say that, most of the time it would be, for example, talking. When you talk about something, you're going to make decisions this way. Let's say, for example, let's say, for example, that someone is going to ask you to go out on Saturday. You're not sure if you go or if you don't go. In order to make decisions, you will talk about it to others. And this is the way that you're going to make your decision. The more you're going to talk, the more you're going to be aware of it. And then you're going to make the choice if you go or if you don't go. For example, for you, Michelle, I remember your authority was related to the solar plexus. So it means that it's emotions. And for you, when it's like that, when it's related to your emotions, it means that you're gonna need time to understand how you feel about this invite for the Saturday. If I'm still using the same example that you are, that someone is asking you to go out on a Saturday, you will be, for example, a good way to answer to this person will be, oh, this sounds exciting. I'm going to take a day or two to sleep on it, and I will get back to you once I'm clear, once I feel clear about it, right? Because you need this time to see if you are okay or not, emotionally available as well, to go and go on Saturday to this event. In my case, I'm related to the sacral chakra, and it means that it's related to my gut. And because it's related to my gut, I have like a when it's a no and when it's a yes. And it's very clear. So when someone asks me something that requests a yes or no, I will be saying the answer right away, and I don't need to think too much. So if they tell me, Gaby, are you coming on Saturday to this event? I will say yes or no right away, and I won't change my mind most of the time.
Interesting. Interesting. Fern, I'm seeing a couple things on here which I really like. I'm very curious to chat with you more about it offline. Let's see. We had two others. Any words of wisdom we can offer to Azam? Did I say that right? I didn't say it right. How do you say it? I said it wrong.
Awesome. Yeah. That's
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Anything you want to share for Azam?
Yes, of course. So, for example, I would take, let me check. Okay. So for generators, the way you interact with others, it's for example, I tried to really try to find examples that are in our daily lives, so like that you can understand pretty easily. You are a generator type, so it means that your energy, it's to be in the action right away. Let's say that you would like to go on vacation, but you don't know where to go. Instead of thinking too much, where should I go? Where should I do? You don't know. You just go on internet and you search right away. And if you have some ideas, you just search on it. And this is searching that you're going to find if yes or no you go. For example, you're going to search Mexico. You're going to see if it's possible to find the hotel, the airplane, if it's makeable. If not, you're going to change the destination. This is the way you generate, because you are someone who is very action oriented, and it's doing this action that you're going to readjust the next steps. And you are also emotional solar plexus. So it means that all your decisions are based with your emotions. And when you usually have this solar plexus chakra open, this is someone who will be, for example, very charismatic, who will be, let's say you go to a specific event, people will come to you naturally. It's kind of a magnetic energy, and people are drained to you. Sometimes you don't do anything and they just come to you and talk to you. And I request most of the time to those people to wear some crystals that are related to this chakra. So like that, they're gonna expand even more their energy. You can also do some yoga practices to stimulate this plexus chakra. I mean, there are plenty of exercises that you can do to make sure that, because this is where your energy comes from, you have to make sure that you preserve also your energy and especially this chakra.
I love that. Actually, Gaby and I, when we were talking about my chart, I've always had a very strong affiliation to the solar plexus, simply because, so the solar plexus chakra, for anyone who's not familiar, is the chakra that's located just below our heart, but above our belly button. This is kind of like our place of, you know, kind of the action, right? And my first business was called Citrine Business Development, because citrine is actually a crystal that is associated specifically to the solar plexus, given its like orangey yellow color. And if you've noticed from a lot of my marketing, I have a lot of pink, but like this mustard orange has always stuck with me. And a lot of my clothes is this color. So it was really fun to actually see this unfolding for me personally. And let's move over to John. Oh, looks like we have a projector. But yeah, any words of wisdom you can share for John?
Yes, of course, Jen. So for projectors, as I mentioned previously, projectors are kind of mirrors of the energy of someone else. And the thing with projectors is, for example, if they're surrounded by many people that they are very high energy level, they're gonna feel attracted to them, and they're gonna be also in, wow, I want to do the same, you know. If they are, for example, in a small group, they're going to be quiet, listening as well. They're going to reflect really, they're going to do like the mirror. It's exactly this. The only thing that they need to be careful with is to make sure that they recharge. They need to really sleep or take some naps, because they take the energy of others. They need to really take it slow and listen to themselves to say, no, today, I'm sorry, but I won't go there. I need to recharge. because you take the energy of others, it could be overwhelming sometimes.
Awesome. I'll stop sharing that. And maybe this is something, you know, I'm not sure. Is there any particular part of your chart that maybe you can look more towards if you were looking for, I don't know if this is possible, like if you're looking for spiritual gifts, right? So it's like, is there anywhere in your chart or that you would think that maybe you would guide someone in a certain direction if they feel like that they are uncovering like spiritual gifts, psychic gifts, or is that in the human design?
So in human design, you don't have the psychic gifts, but you have certain gifts. And I will mention that just after, because it's in the profile. So just to explain the authority that I mentioned sometimes before, actually the term authority means how you make decisions. That's why I was saying it is based sometimes on your emotions, on your gut, on your willpower, on speaking out loud. So it depends. And we had some examples before. In your profile, the term profile will be how best share ourselves with the world. It means the relationships, how we think for work, how we are gifted and how we need to express ourselves in this world with others. And for example, with profiles, there are 12 profiles. Most of the time they are with all the time, they are with 2 numbers, and it's not a rate about us. If I remember yours, Michelle, I think it was 2/6.
Yes, the exemplary human.
Then it's true that every combination of numbers will have a name. Of course, I didn't determine these names, but it's the names called in the human design, and sometimes they are very funny. Actually, each number means something, and each number is related also to a gift. But not only gifts. It could be also how you express yourself in this world and with others. You can go very deep into this profile and how you interact with others. Usually you can also decide, for example, what type of job you could do, how you can market yourself, how you can also, what are your needs as a person. For example, me, I'm a 2/4, and it's called, I don't remember the name exactly, but it was something like the social hermit. Hermit, how do you say in English?
Yeah, hermit, yeah.
Hermit. So there are 2 words that are kind of an oxymoron, you know, but it's true because sometimes I'm very social and sometimes I need my time alone. So it reveals a lot about my personality. And I'm going to go through each number. And if you have time to write it down like that, you're going to know exactly what you're gifted. For example, the number 1. So if you have the number 1 in your profile, those people are gifted at going deep, investigating, and becoming true experts. Dun, 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 dun. Like the TV show. They love to research things for anything. It could be, for example, when I talk about the travels, they're gonna spend hours looking for the best option, the best discount, the best place for days before choosing things. If you have the number 2, like you, Michelle, and like me, so the gifts are bringing an innate talent to whatever they do and letting their natural gifts guide them. So you know what I'm talking about, because when I say natural gifts, you have your psychic gifts, you have other talents. And when you truly listen to yourself, you bring this talent to others. Then if you're number 3, or if you have the number 3, those people are gifted at learning by doing and cultivating wisdom through mistakes and failure. They need sometimes to experience difficulties. And through this experience, I would say, I do this experience, this is the result. I do this experience, this is the result. I do this experience, I do this result. And from all these results, they're going to say, oh, this is my truth. This is how it works. So these people, usually most of the time, their mind works this way. And they're showing us at the end how we can do better, because they learn from their own experience and they have this way to think. People with number 4. So in my case, is that gifted at teaching us the value of relationships. That's why also it's normal that I'm doing human design. I didn't go into details, but from my incarnation cross and from also these numbers, I'm here to teach things. So me, I don't like to say teacher, I prefer to say guide. And human design, that's why I'm very interested in this new thing that I mentioned earlier about how we can match profiles and understand better the cohesion between us, because it's all about relationships. So I repeat, so teach us the value of relationships, bring a warmth to whatever we do, and deeply impact and influence those that surround them. With the number 5, if you have the number 5 in your profile, you are gifted at seeing things differently and offering a new perspective that is actually a needed perspective to others. You are here to inspire many of us. Usually performers, people that are on stage, or politicians have the number 5 on their profile. With the number 6, so for you as well, Mish, gifted at taking the higher view, inspiring trust in people, and modeling authenticity.
Amen.
So all of these are the gifts for every number that we have in our profiles. These are the highlights, I would say, because as I mentioned earlier, there are many, many layers. And if you want to describe one profile, you need at least 3 pages.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's a lot. Thank you. And anything else that you want to leave anyone with before we get to high level questions? Because I'm sure everyone has their chart open up on their side and want to ask all the details. Anything that you want to share, how people can connect with you as well. If they do want like a full reading, yeah, feel free to share that.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, actually, if you want to stay connected, you can find me on Instagram with Explore with Gaby. And on my Instagram, I have a link So like that, you can book my my human design reading, or if you want, also you can just DM me, and maybe we can do first a 30-minute call and explain a little bit more about you and what are your goals in doing this. Because for me, it's very important to understand why you would like to get to know more, because if you went through the same thing as me, maybe you want to go deeper than just a human design chart and reading. And I provide also this to help people. So I will be happy to help with this. And you just can connect with me. I have no problem. I reply very fast. And then what else I can say? Yeah, if you are interested as well with the new thing I'm going to launch, I'm going to do a waiting list. So people that they would like to test, for example, if the person they are with for just a few months, or if they are in a marriage and they are facing some obstacles, that could be a way to understand better the other one, that is our loved one.
Mhm.
Love that. Thank you, Gaby. What an amazing talent, and thank you so much for living in your gift.
Thank
So
you.
I want to pass it on over. I know that's a lot of information. I love human design, which is also why I wanted to bring Gaby on today. But yeah, questions. Yeah, first question. There are 7 chakras, but only 6 in the chart. What's that about?
Yes, because there are other things that are related to organs. So I won't explain in detail, but yeah, it's true that we have some chakras that are explained. I didn't do the human design. We can talk to Alan for that. Why you forgot this one? But most of the time, I would say that yes, they are related to some chakras, and if they are not related to chakras, it's related to how you function, I would say.
Interesting. Okay. Any other questions? Feel free. You can shout out loud or chat, either or. I'm happy with it.
I would like to precise something. For example, in your case, Mish, I remember you said something about your digestion, right? And also, this is something I went through in my introspection, and also because I went to India, and it's called dosha. So the dosha, it's also a way to understand what your body needs. And in order to understand what your body needs, it's related to what you eat. Because if you eat in alignment with your dosha, you're gonna feel lighter, you're gonna feel more expressing yourself, and it will be easier for all your organs to function naturally. For example, in your case, if you try for 1 week to eat only warm food, like since the morning until the end of the day, you're gonna see a big difference in your productivity and your brain efficiency and energetic level as well.
Wow.
I'm sorry, could you spell that, please?
The dosha, it's
Yes.
D-O-S-H-A.
Dosha.
Thank you.
Yeah, try to get into it as well, because actually everything is related. Astrology to chakras, to dosha, to everything. And this is so interesting because we see some bridges between all of them. And what I like about human design, it combines most of them. So it's easier to get more details in one.
Awesome. Good question.
Was it clear enough?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, very informative. Thank you.
Good. Any other questions?
Actually, I do have one.
Yeah, go
Yes.
for it.
When certain things, how do I explain this? All right, so if you have like your certain gates and they line up with the channels during transits with the planetary things going on, does that affect what energies you have and what gates you have that are open or closed or whatnot, I guess?
Yes, yes. I mean, everything I mean, it depends on your belief, but the belief of human design is that your soul decided to born on this specific date because of the planets. And because of this, then all the gates and everything is related to those planets. And it will give you some specific, I would say, traits of personality, but more than personality, how you live this life. Every gate, and it's something also that you can search on internet pretty easily. If you see, for example, that in your chart, let's say the gate 61 is open, put gate 61 human design, and you will see just in one sentence, it's explained why it's open, and you can relate to it. You're going to say, oh yeah, it's true that I have these traits of personality or this characteristic. And it's sometimes very interesting to see that. And that's why for me, now that I'm doing this cohesion tests, I try to focus on gates, because if someone has a gate open and the other one has not this gate open, maybe there's a work to do, because there are people that are complementary.
Gotcha.
And also that's why sometimes we are like, oh, you are the same vibe as me, because we have the same gates open, but it's just we don't know. Or it's the way we express our own energy as well. And we can relate. For example, I noticed, because I've done some human designs, that most of my digital nomad friends are manifesting generators. So I guess that it goes also with the lifestyle, because we think, oh, we would love to travel and get remote at the same time. Oh, let's do it. So we manifest and we generate this lifestyle.
So cool. Good question. Any other questions?
I hope this is.
I answered the question, Jen?
Yes. Thank you.
Go ahead, Bella.
Sorry, I hope this isn't a stupid question, but how does all this integrate with the moon? Because I feel like I live for the moon. Like, I think the moon, like I live by the moon, I think. Like the moon, like not only sets my mood, but like how does that like counteract with everything?
Yes, I would say that if you are interested in the moon, actually the astrology will give you more information about the houses and where was the moon where you were born. But in the human design, we use astrology as well. So what is important is to focus on your energy levels depending on the moon. And sometimes when you, I mean, we are all connected to the moon. If you pay attention to the different phases of the moon, you will be more active and less active depending on every phase of the moon. Sometimes also when you work, we recommend to do some contracts before the full moon or things like that. So they are specific, or when you cut your hair. So all of this, I would say, is not related to human design, but it's related to just the moon in general.
Okay. Thank you.
But for people, for example, that they are projectors, because they need to, like John, because they need to really preserve their energy. When it's around full moon, they could be exhausted, because they will probably get more sensitive to the moon.
Interesting. Awesome. Other questions? Oh, Anna's a projector too. Very cool.
Other projectors. Actually, most of the time, projectors are teachers or are people also that they like to help others, because they feel others a little bit more because of this energy reflection. Oh, you teach. Oh, perfect. That is funny.
I do too. I taught kindergarten for 20 years.
So it means that you are living in an alignment, because this is the whole purpose of human design, is how you can live more in alignment with your true self. I call that your essence, because at the end, we are born on a specific date for a reason, and this is our true essence. And it's just the external conditioning that sometimes is not allowing us to express fully who we are. And when you are aware of human design, it's sometimes readjusting where you are to get closer to your true essence and express it.
How much does it affect if you don't know what time you were born?
I was
Like
gonna
if you
ask
don't, how much does it affect?
Yeah, it will affect. I don't know
Oh.
the percentage exactly, but yeah, it will affect because we can find with a time zone at least, depending on where the place of birth, but the specific hour will, for example, you can see in astrology, you're gonna have your ascendant depending on this hour, you're gonna be more precise. So we can find some information, but it wouldn't be as detailed as if you have this info.
Thank you. Actually, I called the hospital I was born and I couldn't find it.
I was just looking up. The government too has it as well. It said.
Oh, thank you.
Because I have the copy of my birth certificate doesn't have the hour on it, but I think it's 7, but I don't know the minutes. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, if you don't have the at least if you have the hour, it's okay. You can do something with it, but if it's like no hour at all, that would be very complicated.
Yeah, no.
It's not impossible, but it wouldn't be as accurate as a specific hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. That's good to know. I think you just have to call because I think the records are, although I was thinking the hospital too.
It's true that depending on where you were born and also when and where, I would say sometimes the records are not precise. For example, my mom from Bolivia, she didn't get her specific hour because in Bolivia they don't get records as specific as in Europe. So that's why it's complicated for her. And now that, of course, because I know my mom and now that I study human design, I can tell what type she is, not the profile exactly, but I can understand and try to help her in this also, because actually human design is a way to understand you better, no matter the age, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They're questions. These are good questions.
And I'm curious to know what you all do for a living, depending, because I've seen some profiles. So you said that some of you were teachers. Azum, you said that you are a digital nomad. Are you a manifesting generator or generator by chance?
Oh, he had to sign off early.
Okay, no worries. Because it was interesting to see if he was part of all the people that have done, you know, their human design.
Okay.
And we have a message.
Yeah, I was born in Boston. Fern is an artist and educator. Fern, you were you're the reflector, right? You're did I get that right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the person who is inspiring also others. Do you remember the reflector, the specific description of reflector?
Shapeshifter.
Yes. So yeah, human design is such a great tool to get specific and very detailed. Actually, it could be a way to understand you better and also to get closer to how do you express yourself in this world. So I encourage you to do it on the website, get your chart and try to see with what I provided today to see which category you are and how you can understand a little bit yourself better. And if you want more info, don't hesitate. You can reach out to me. I will be happy to help you. Just tell me that you were on this meetup and I will follow up on this.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Gabby. So Yes, once again, thank you so much for living in your purpose. And this is just really exciting that I can share you with this amazing group of people. So I dropped the Gabby's link. I dropped her Instagram in the chat. I'll on our meetup group as well on this. We have like a chat as well. I'll drop all these there as well in case you missed this. But yeah, thank you. And I hope you use human design and whatever that means to you. I truly believe that it is such a unique discipline. And it's just really nice to get to know yourself even more than you know yourself, which is nice. So coming up, so once again, with Uncovering Spiritual Gifts, we do meet on Tuesdays at noon, just as like a nice meetup. We're going to start doing Saturdays as well, because we've had a couple of requests, which all right, we're going to do it. I'm ready for it. And then the astrology event, birth charts next week is going to be moving to later in the month. 2 weeks from now, we also have EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization response related to trauma. But if there's any topics anyone has interest in, I would love Gaby to come back maybe later in the year, August or September, to redo this. But I will also have a recording of this session that I will also include the links. So yeah, I'm really glad that you enjoyed this topic, and thank you so much, Gaby.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
you
you
very
so much. Thank you. Thank
You're
you. Thank
welcome.
you.
I hope everything that I gave you provided a lot of information about yourself, and really my door is open for you. We'll be very happy to help you in this journey if you want to get more information about yourself, because it's so important. So happy rest of your day, and wishing you a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great
Thank
day.
you so much. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks me so much. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. All right. Drop this in here.
Thank you.
Great
you.
job. All right, let me drop this. Yay. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Good. Good. That's what's most important. Yeah, thank you again. I'm gonna drop all of the links in. Awesome. So yeah, I'll send you a recording, and I'll put Bella in the waiting room. Yeah, so I'll send you a recording, and I should probably stop the recording now, huh?